Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind the Mic Stand. I'm Alex Babbitt. Y'all know that. We here a part of the Brooklyn Art Expo. I'm very excited to have my new guest. Make some noise for Hala Maroc. Hey,
Hello.
sis, how you doing? Wait, can I get one of these? That's it. That's all I want. Your hand was soft earlier. I just wanted one more high five. That's it.
Well, we got it.
I am very happy to have you. I just had the pleasure of meeting you a couple seconds ago, but I know I can learn a lot about you.
Yes.
So can you give me a little bit of what we like to do on the show, your origin story, where you from?
My origin story.
Origin story. We got to get the edit. Origin story.
Okay. I come from a Middle Eastern background. My parents are Middle Eastern. I'm an Afro-Arab woman. Came out of my mother's womb, a nurturer and a creator, and embodied her. I was born in Queens.
You got crystals. I could tell based off how you talk. You got crystals?
I do have crystals.
Let's go. All right. My bad. I didn't mean to assume. Continue.
And I currently reside and, grew up in Staten Island.
Okay. So are you have a great relationship with your family or not? Based off your mom, I heard.
Yeah, me and my family are close.
Did they inspire your artist journey?
So I'm first generation, so that alone, they didn't
that immigrant energy you gotta deal with?
They didn't really bank on the whole creative thing, which is why I became a media personality. I was always a creative. I always was like the kid that was putting together shows in the family parties and all that, and then, but saying I was gonna do like theater or music as a major was just they were not having that.
What they make you do?
No, they didn't make me do anything. I just had to make it sound like I can get a real job. So I did communications.
Okay. You couldn't get away with liberal arts? They wouldn't let that slide?
Liberal arts, it's like, they said it was 2 years. My mom said, you're definitely staying 4 years. So, yeah.
Yeah, so because when I asked you what you did earlier, you said, I do a little bit of everything. And I love those mysterious ass lines because they're cool because it's like, oh, okay, she's tapped in, got her hands in many different baskets. Now, what would you say is your predominant line of work?
I would say that predominantly I'm a media personality. But this industry is very touch and go. So I learned to be an entrepreneur. I always had that hustler spirit, and you need that anyway.
Yep.
As a creative, you are the product. So I ended up, finding my way in entrepreneurship. I have a creative agency, and I also own Build a Dream Incubator. It's a wellness-based co-working space out in Staten Island.
That's dope. What made you want to start that and create that?
It was a place that I needed, as a creative. I'm an artist. I'm just a free form person, which is why I answered it like that.
It's cool.
It really depends what I wake up and feel like doing. So I wanted a place that was for, just that on-the-go individual, that creative and entrepreneur to find work-life balance. And come to find out there was literally no co-working spaces on Staten Island at all. So, it was an open market for me to tap into.
To tap into something that you already identified with and cared about.
Yeah.
And the fact that you took such a business approach, because so many people were just like, I don't know if you did this in the journey, try to do it outside their house or something like that. You took a very professional.
I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not, I wasn't born with a silver spoon, so the money had to be made, then you double it, then you get a bigger spoon,
You flipped it.
Yeah, we just got this cute, beautiful little, establishment 3 months ago. But prior to that, I had the Badass Boot Camp for 7 years now. And so, going backwards in the journey, prior to the co-working space, it was just a wellness boutique. And we just were doing all this stuff for the community and events and, building tribe and stuff. And I realized it wasn't about selling the stuff. It was about the energy we were bringing to the space. So I took what worked and I opened this space. And then before having a space, I just did it out of other people's spaces. And before that, I did it in the street. You do what you can. Yeah.
You adapt to each scenario, and it's dope because this sense of community is ingrained in your language and how you communicate. And it's I wonder what is that? Because so many people take the entrepreneurial journey and kind of do this. I'm gonna do it by myself. Forget everybody else until I make it. You're taking ground roots. We're going to build together. What is that? Where does that stem from, if you know?
So I I think I probably tried it. I tried to do it by myself, you know? And I think like, you know, you come to the conclusion that like, nobody said entrepreneurs had to work by themselves. You just have to work for yourself. So it's like, you know, eventually you just meet people.
You deserve snaps for that. Say it again one more time.
Entrepreneurs don't have to work by themselves. They have to work for themselves. So, you know, I have so many talented people around me. Why not like build each other up? You know, like I think Issa Rae said, just like network across. We're always trying to get to the thing. And it's like, we have things to get to. Let's get to it.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
let's build. And who are the people in your life that you feel like are your greatest, I guess, teammates?
So, you know, there's different places and faces, and I'm in a lot of different worlds. You know, in the media industry, you know, shout out to Frank and everybody who's even doing this. Like, there are so many people who are just so like-minded. We're all very like on the same vibration, so we're always supporting each other. In the entrepreneurial space, and at Build a Dream specifically, my team is very small, but they're all my friends. Like, you know, they say like, don't work with your friends. It can go very bad, and it has.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
who
lost
they
some
are.
friends?
They all know, everybody know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can go really, really well if you can build each other up, you know, and empower each other in the right way. So I have my girl, Maeva, who does like the HR legal stuff. I have Tracy, who does like my financial stuff. Like, I just like to do the thing. Like, I don't need to do all the other stuff. So I have a maintenance manager, and she's also an amazing esthetician in the space and all this stuff. Her name is Eva. I have my marketing assistant, Brooke. She's a creative genius. I also have Petra. They're like my data engineer. And you just keep building, you know?
Wow.
It's a whole business.
Yeah, no, it's that.
Eventually, you're just like, oh, like,
I need some of these people, man. This
Yeah.
is, and you know,
And trust me, it's not because I can pay them top dollar. It's not. Like,
they just believe.
yeah, we just see the vision, you know? We all play our role and make it work, yeah.
It's the type of thing when hearing, I go, how do you not only manage that, but then also I feel like a person watching would wonder, like, how do you even get those people? How did you find these friends? Did you intentionally seek them?
I don't think I intentionally seek them for this. I was in a place when I started the brand in 2016. I was in a really dark place. Like, I had, you know, primarily, like I said, I do radio and stuff, and I had gotten my dream job. I was a radio personality full-time on air in Philly. And like a short, like 5 months later, I got let go wrongfully. And it was after like being assaulted on the job. It's a very long, sad, dramatic story.
Okay.
But ended up having to move back to New York and looked around, and it's like, you know, when you're winning, everybody's around. And then when you're not, it's like crickets. And so, you know, from that, I realized how much like us as creatives, as fast as we grow and move and outgrow and do like we need a safe space just like kids do. You know, like we need people to nurture us. But I couldn't find that. Like, I didn't have that tribe. I didn't have, you know, people like to mentor me and, you know, figure it out. Everyone was just like, oh, you can't do anything? Okay, gotta go. See you later. You know? And
sorry.
Yeah. And, you know, and everyone can relate to that in one way or another. But eventually, you know, you do find the people who like, you know, can I fill those holes, you know what I mean? And you can too. Like, you have something to offer them, they have something to offer you, and it's mutual and it's beautiful. And it's not done out of like this place of like just like a shallow place. Like, it's really just because we're passionpreneurs and we love each other and we're locked in and let's see where this thing goes, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it came from not having. You have to, then you seek the right things, you know?
Yeah, the universe guided you to what you needed. That is so cold. That is so cold. And I feel like I just love when people kind of say those journeys, because everybody hears about the highlights of the career, of the, you know, when you're all the way at the top. You're like, oh, I made it. I got this, and this. But they don't tell you about a lot of times what you describe. When you reach your goals and then life continues. And you got to continue to adapt and continue to evolve. And that's a challenge. And most people break at that point. So even hearing you say that, it's like very commendable to continue beyond that point.
And it's like not even beyond that point. Like, we have to, you I'm sure know too, we all do, like, every day's like that. Every day has a peak and a valley and a this and a that, whether you're in a great place in your life or not. Like, we all have good days and bad days, and at this point I just chuck it up to it's just a day. Today is the day to do your best. And you know what's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it's all a part of your purpose. Like if you're living on purpose, then you're living in your purpose, and that's it. Like you're not going to this big thing like I can't wait to get there. You're here, you're doing it.
Yeah, being present.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You've given a lot of gems in this episode. I love when I get a guest that I don't have to say much to because they know how to communicate the words and their existence. It's once again commendable feat. Let's say what question can I ask you? I'll ask you 2 more.
Okay.
And these are the shorter ones. The shorter, I'd love to have you in a longer format and do this again. So first question, what is something about you that you feel like is like an interest that you have that continues to inspire you throughout this journey?
What continues to inspire me, I think, is just the beauty of watching things grow. I think that's what it is.
Plants?
I do have plants.
Let's go! I'm guessing it. I know this energy. I know this human being. She got a pothos in the crib.
I do. Yeah, but I think that's really what it is. Like I love to like the idea. It's like it really is like not to be you know stereotype, but it is spiritual. Like the idea that the fact that you could like think of something and then just start doing little things to like create it and build it, and it really becomes, you know, it's like having a baby. I don't have kids, but I do have several businesses and music and this and that, and it's like it almost feels like what I could imagine that feeling like. Sometimes it's going to be painful. Energy. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be sad, sometimes it's going to be this, but it's like you know that it's for this like greater good. Like so yeah. Let's just keep trying to get there.
Yeah, come on. Keep having them babies. I think it was that
that was kind of what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. That was the message.
Yeah, have some kids. Set it up for them.
Come on. All right. Last question. I love this. Once again, thank you for your energy and just giving it to them. We end every episode with you're talking to a person who's behind that camera, and they represent you, your mindset, older or younger. You're talking directly to them. What is a gem that you would like to give them?
People have heard me say this one before, but it is a gem, and I live by it. Keep finding success through finding yourself. I think like we all feel like we have this certain success that we're supposed to like figure out and get to, but you might get there and not feel anything. You know, it's not for you. It's you know, so just figure out what that feels like and looks like for you. And if that changes tomorrow and you're a different person tomorrow, figure that out too. Like just keep finding yourself and the success will come.
I love that. I love that. I think that was a good place. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I thank you as well.
Thank you.
Sincerely. And y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.